Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be watching episode 5 of season 2 of Eminence and Shadow. And things are getting a little interesting. I'm very curious to see how things are going to play out here, considering seems like Sid is trying to make himself an enemy of his own friends, so we'll see how that goes. They don't seem to have a whole lot of confidence in her ability to handle this. That reaction was just like, pardon? Okay. She's 17? Man. It's so weird, like the way the characters and stuff are portrayed in this show. You forget that all of them are still pretty young. Bro, this show is constantly subverting my expectations. I didn't expect her to just take the hit and then bitch about it. My God, man. They surprise you every time. It's like it's like this, whoever made this show seriously studied just kind of the basic formula when it comes to shows like this, and they went out of their way to just say, screw that, I'm doing something completely different. Okay, so I'm starting to understand now that she has absolutely zero combat experience. But she's durable as hell and very perceptive. But she just can't fight for shit. And that is pretty funny. Because he just keeps landing these clean hits on her, and then she's just like, ouch. And that's it, pretty much. Their faces, they just knew. They just knew. They like, why? Why did we tell her she could do this? So her whole thing, it seems like, is that she's so OP, her stats are so overtuned, but she has no skill at all. She just has pure raw power and damage output, but she sucks at fighting. I know I say it kind of every episode, and I really mean this in the most endearing way possible. This show is fucking stupid. It is so stupid. My God. I can't. Sometimes I cannot believe how dumb this show is sometimes. It's really giving me like Konosuba vibes almost. Like, oh my God. So now he got an existing vendetta against against Sid. This paper bag head version of Sid. Oh my God. This dude, where is this dude influence not reached? Who in this show has not been affected by his fuckery? He had to tell him to ask why, because he does not care about anything she's talking about right now. Which is to be expected. I feel like he has the luxury to do that, honestly. Like, who's gonna stop him? Who's been able to stop him from doing that this entire show? Not a single person. Except him. Was this one of those scenarios where he was wrong and she was correct, but we're just going to assume that he just knew better because he's super smart and amazing? I can't even keep up anymore, man. I wish I had the ability to just turn my brain off and stop thinking so hard about this shit, but I can't. I just can't do it. It's not in me. I have to think about it. And once again, this is going exactly as planned. Everything that he said, or that they planned and said was going to happen, is happening. This man's too good for his own good. So wait, they were planning on doing the exact same thing? A little late for that. It looks like Sid beat you to the punch. What's really interesting is how his plan is affecting both of the businesses at the same time. Like, he's got them both, like, reacting exactly how he wants them to. It's funny. This is quite an interesting group. We don't know a lot about those two in particular, but they definitely seem to be an interesting and quirky group, bunch of girls. I've been trying not to comment on the fact that this man's name is John Smith, but you know, actually, you know what? I'm gonna continue that trend. I'm going to continue not to comment on it. We're just gonna leave it right where it's at. So, like, I get the fact that these are, like, recruits. You know, they're still kind of fresh. So, you know, they're having a little bit of trouble here. But the reality of the situation is the only time that the Shadow Garden has had any trouble or has felt to be, you know, basically at risk from pretty much anyone is when Sid stepped up and decided he was going to be their opponent. Otherwise, there's nobody really in this world that could deal with them or that could cause them any issues. They just... But as soon as Sid stepped up, he's just like, all right, time to put a little monkey wrench in this thing. And now they're just like struggling all of a sudden. This dude is too OP, man. I'm starting to think that Sid might be able to beat One Punch Man. You're so weak because you're going up against Sid, who is a literal natural disaster shaped like a human. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry. You stand no chance. All right, we're going to check for end credits. No end credits this time. All right. Well, that is another episode in the bag. This show, it's weird, man. It's so strange, the stuff that's going on in it. I do want to, like I said last episode, I do hope they really take this concept of Sid being a villain to them and really run with it. Like, I hope they don't, like, you know, pull some, just kidding, oh, it's all for the best and everybody's happy. Like, I do hope this causes genuine conflict between them, just to keep things a little interesting. But only one way to find out, and that is watching the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm going to watch the next episode now. I'll see you guys on the next one.